So I'm going to get into why the elite think that murder is such a beautiful thing. In their minds, like the Bible says that the devil's wisdom has perverted him. Well, likewise also his followers, those that use this sacred geometry for evil, so their wisdom has corrupted them. In their mind, what God has made beautiful, they have taken and turned into the opposite and called it beautiful. Okay? And what do I mean by that? We're going to get straight into the numbers here so that you can understand. Okay? How many of you have heard of the golden ratio? 1.68. Okay? Well, that represents the Fibonacci sequence. And the Fibonacci sequence, when reduced, has this repeating pattern that happens every 24 numbers. So that means if you take every number that is bigger than 10 and you add them together and reduce them to a single digit, every 24 numbers you'll get the same repeating pattern. So rather than me draw out all 24 numbers, okay, because who wants to sit there and watch that, I'm just going to draw the first three. The first three, every time this repeats, is this right here. Now, 1112, what do we know about 1112? Well, Sandy Hook in the first alphabetical order. If you need to verify this, all you have to do is open up gematrinator.com, a free calculator, okay, that you can use online, and you type in the word Sandy Hook. And in a cipher where A equals 1, B equals 2, all the way to where Z equals 26, okay, when you type in the word Sandy Hook in the first most basic alphabetical cipher, the word Sandy Hook sums to 112. Now, 112, remember Adam Lanza, the killer, weighed 112 pounds. He was born on the 112th day of the year. Okay, they keep repeating this pattern because the alternate dialing code of 911 is also 112. But why did they make this 112 and death such a beautiful thing? Well, it's because it's the first three numbers of the Fibonacci sequence when reduced, and it's 24 repeating pattern. So like 24 hours in a day, and the pattern recycles. Okay, you understand? You see how they're making it into a daily ritualistic killing sort of thing? So that kind of makes sense, right? Well, you also notice that not only does it repeat every 24 hours, but the actual sequence itself has a few anomalies in it with sacred numbers that you see all the time. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, see the 10th Fibonacci number is 144. Well, where have you seen that number? Have you ever seen the 144,000 in Revelation that represent the number of people that go to heaven? So, well, during the tribulation time, well, that's because it's one of the Fibonacci numbers. This is the non-reduced numbers, okay? Also, you will see this number down about the 22nd Fibonacci number. This is one that we see all the time. Let me erase this here. One number that we see in these decodes all the time, and that's this right here, the 17-7-11 combination. We always see 17 people killed on the Cole, for example. You know, 17 people killed at the Pittsburgh shooting? Sometimes I get them mixed up, and there's 17 years between the two events, right? And the 7-11, which I say, you know, because if you type in Jew-owned in the Jewish cipher on the gematrinator.com, it sums to 7-11. And it's, okay, so what's so special about that is about the 22nd Fibonacci number. You see, and it's also that this 117, when done backwards, okay, is also called the Mars magic square. Okay, and I've drawn that before, but it's important. But not only does it makes a Nazi sign, okay, like this on the three columns of the magic square. And I can't draw to save my life, but however that works, you know, you got the three columns. And when you add them up, they sum to 117 both ways. When you do it the opposite way, it means peace, but the Nazis turn it the opposite, and it means war. Okay. So that's why you see so many politicians with this designation in their name that are elected to office to have 117, like Jim Justice, for example. His name sums to 117. Actually, I always forget whether he was born on the 119th day of the year and his name sums to 117 or the other way around. But either way, and so many other politicians you'll see have this 711 designation. It all has to do with the Fibonacci sequence, and to them, death and murder is beautiful. Kill, on gematria.com, sums to 17. Okay, just type in the word kill, and you'll see that it sums to 17 and 44. Like 144 and 17, you see, to them, and their perverted wisdom, you know, they take the Fibonacci sequence and they turn it into something ugly. So in their minds, death is a beautiful thing, you see, because it matches up with a Fibonacci spiral. The golden ratio. A lot of buildings are designed by the golden ratio. The Ark of the Covenant in Genesis was built according to the golden ratio. Noah's Ark was built according to the golden ratio. You see, so there's a lot of biblical history in this. The Parthenon in Athens is built according to the golden ratio. You know, 1.68 to 1. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more understanding, just a little piece. Not a whole lot in this video today, just something to think about. Why you see these repeating numbers. Always check. Why do they call them sacred geometry? Well, this is a natural pattern, so to them that's a sacred concept, you see. So that's just a little piece of sacred geometry for you today. So thanks for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.